Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So this is a weird one. I don't usually do Attic Find Friday sharing my screen, but there was just so much and I didn't have time to do everything I wanted to do in the editing process. So I've done it this way, which, it'll be fine. I'm excited about this one. Several of you sent this to me, which is awesome. And it showed up in my news feed, which it's got to be a good story, right? Unfortunately, there aren't a ton of details of the original collector or even the son, who is the one who passed away recently. So we're going to just kind of gather details on them from their collection, which is staggering. First of all, I want to say a couple days ago, I did a video on TJ's Michael Jordan card. I, I was really disappointed in the comments because I would say the majority of people were critical of TJ and not PSA, and they didn't understand the very basic premise of that video, which was that PSA told TJ that uh, the reason they graded a 6 was because of the mark on the back. That's the only point. I'm not asking you to assess the card. I'm not asking you to tell me what grade you think it should have been or anything like that. He took a risk. He knows he took a risk by cracking it out of the Beckett slab and sending it to PSA. The problem is the PSA told him that he got a 6 because of the mark on the back, which is also visible on 9s and 10s. So I do have an answer from Ryan Hodge from PSA. Uh, he he says that there are marks on the front too, and he included a screenshot, which I will share in my newsletter. Share my screen here. You can just go to junkwaxhero.com. You find my newsletter in there. I will have my next newsletter out probably on Monday, and I'll also have the winner of the SGC 2.5 Mel Ott right there. So you still have a couple days to enter to be in that drawing. Just need to be signed up for the newsletter, and it is free. All right, let's jump into this story here because it's an interesting one. Uh, all right, so Seacoast Online, which is New Hampshire, so you know it's a New England story, shows a collection of pre-World War II baseball cards, comics, and other collectibles are up for auction. This story is from April 12th. It says up for auction next month. They are currently up for auction. I don't know, probably because the auction ends on May 4th, but we're close, you guys. We're close to the end of this, and there are some shockingly good deals as of right now. Now, that's how auctions work, but you'll see. 48 Hall of Fame baseball players, Batman, etc., etc. Harry W. O'Brien collection. O'Brien passed away last fall. I think it was in 2022, actually. Left the collection for the benefit of the University of New Hampshire Scholarship Fund. So somebody who appreciates education. And he was from Manchester, New Hampshire, which is fairly close to me. And McInnis, who is the Paul McInnis Auctioneers, McInnis said he was brought in to review the estate. He quickly saw the collection was special for its age, condition, and rarity. True, I can confirm. The owner, he said, maintained the original condition of the cards and comic books, never engaging in trade since their initial purchase. He's believed to have received many items in the collection from his father, Daniel, who served in both World War I and World War II. McInnis said O'Brien was encouraged to continue the collection after his father's passing. So you can see a little taste of this here. Whoa, that's a big one. It's staggering in its scope. And so I wanted to get more of the story here. So, of course, I went and I Googled Harry O'Brien, New Hampshire. I Googled obituary of Harry O'Brien. I Googled a lot of different things. Nothing comes up about this man's life. Here's the obituary. Harry O'Brien was born on October 11th, 1928, and passed away on December 30th, 2022. He was a resident of Durham, New Hampshire. Read the full obituary. Don't mind if I do. It's the exact same thing. So you click on obituary here, it just brings you right back here. It's and this is him. He was 94 years old, New Hampshire. So I was kind of bummed to not be able to find anything on our collector, our protagonist here of the story. But his family has, or he wanted to have his collection go to University of New Hampshire, the money from that. So I think that's awesome. If you are looking to sell your vintage cards, I am sponsored. Attic Find Friday is sponsored by Just Collect. You can go to their website at justcollect.com, click on Appraisal Form. Leighton Sheldon is one of the country's top buyers of vintage sports cards. You can fill out the free appraisal form and he will get back to you, or you can just email him at leighton@justcollect.com. Link is in the description to his website. All right, here we go. Here's Paul McInnis, and I'm just going to scroll down through. Here are some of the images from this auction. You can see there's some amazing stuff in here, not only cards. I'm going to talk a little bit about comic books. I'm not a comic book guy, but there's some big time stuff here. This I'm saving for last because that's the one that I'm the most excited for. All right, I mean, look at this stuff. It's amazing. So let's go through some of the stuff. First of all, there's 538 lots on here. And normally when I'm on an auction website, I like to sort by highest dollar amount, which gives you, your highest value items first. It's a good way just to see the most valuable items. It's not necessarily the best or the ones that I'm most interested in, but it's a good, easy thing to do. This website doesn't have that though. As far as I can tell, you got a grid, you got a list. I couldn't find a way to sort by anything. But it starts with $5,000 Ty Cobb 1909 E95 SGC3. So obviously they got a lot of this stuff graded before going to auction, which is smart. It starts at 5,000, then it goes to 140, then 130, then 110, then 80, then 30. And I thought, oh, and there's 30 again. And I thought, oh, maybe it is already sorted by high dollar amounts, but no. Here's a $200 item. So I think it's just sorted by alphabetical order, which is unfortunate, but I'm going to go through. I've already gone through all 12 pages of this. Here's a Jimmy Fox 33 Goudey. Current bid, $450. And some of these, there are hundreds and hundreds of SGC graded pre-war cards that are sitting at under $100 with 8 days to go, 7.5 days to go. So uh, I go to paulmcinnis.com. I'll put the link to that in the description as well. Here's a 33 Goudey Gehrig. Not bad. SGC3, current bid at $3,200. And I hope you don't get the idea here that all of them are thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars, because I'm not showing you. There are Hall of Famers at really low amounts. 33 Goudey Ruth, number 149, currently at $3,400, SGC1. Look at the centering on this thing. Oops. I wish I could click or tap the image to zoom in or zoom out. Let's see. Click or tap. I guess you can't. I guess that's it. That's the only choice, is to zoom that much. Look at how nicely centered this is. It's a 3.5. Current bid is at $8,750. That is a gorgeous specimen of a 33 Goudey. That card is 90 years old, 91. All right, then we have a Sweet Cap T206 Cy Young Portrait. SGC1 currently bidding at $750. I don't know what the point of, I guess it's nice to zoom in. You can see the corners really nicely. Then we have another Cy Young, Glove Shows, $750. Bare Hand Shows, Cy Young, $750. Look at the centering. Tris Speaker, T206, $500. I love the color on that. As a New England guy, you gotta love the Tris Speaker, T206. Christy Mathewson, $325, SGC3. Here's another Christy portrait. I love the colors on this one, $750, SGC3. Nap Lajoie in a 3, $325. That's his portrait. Walter Johnson, Hands at Chest in a 3, $700. Joe Tinker, portrait, $170. And you can't have a Tinker without an Evers, also a 3, $500. And you can't have a Tinker and an Evers without a Frank Chance, also in a 3, $300. Tinker to Evers to Chance, double play. Christy Mathewson in a T2 of 5, $550. A lot of 3s in here. Really interesting. Single owner for all these years. Single owner if you count the father and the son as single owner, which I kind of do. E95 Hannes Wagner, SGC 2.5. Really 9%'s really nice. Currently at $2,800. This is an E95 Christy Mathewson in a 3, $850. This is one person's collection. Imagine trying to collect all these today. I mean, you could, but it would cost a lot more today than it did 80, 90 years ago. Eddie Plank, $425. Centering, man. Okay, then we move into this Superman gum card number 1, and I am working on, for my newsletter, a most iconic cards list that I will start in the next week or 2. And I partnered with them, kind of announcing it now, even though I didn't intend to. I'll have another video on it probably next week. Partnered with, consulted with Ryan Nolan of Breakout Cards on the non-sports cards part of the list. And one of the most iconic sports cards of all time, the non-sports cards, is the Gum Inc. Superman card number 1. Here it is right here in this guy's collection, Harry O'Brien's collection. Current bidding, $1,400. And you can see, oops, pretty rough corner, but still, I would love to have that card. In terms of pop, you've got 102, about 200 in the PSA population. I'm hoping that we get a merged PSA SGC population soon. The SGC population's difficult to use, Pop Report. So let's just see what these go for. In a PSA 2, last one went for $4,300. In a 1, $1,600. So SGC 2 is probably somewhere between here. All right. Then we have, oh, I guess I didn't save it for last. I saved the comic books for last. A rare 1912 Boston Red Sox ticket stub. Not only that, this was for the first game to be played at the grand opening for Fenway Park. Ticket was for April 19th due to a rain postponement. The Red Sox went on to win the World Series. I want this item. Am I going to buy it? No, because I don't want to spend that much on it in all probability. But here's another one. $550. This one's 500. This one's 550, probably because it looks better, I guess. So the population on this in PSA is 2. Pop 2. I want this ticket. All right, then we have a 1912. It does not give the date on these for some reason, but it's also the first year of Fenway. It just says 21. So actually, if we go back here, oops, let's see, 1912. We do Red Sox. It doesn't, yeah, like just this blank stub. There are 11 of them from 1912. The other ones have dates. So I'm not sure what the deal is with this. If you know, let me know. I couldn't figure out what the date is on this because if you look at the other ones, it says April 19th. Here, there's April 19th, but here it just says 21. I don't know. I tried Googling it. I couldn't figure it out. Current bidding at $40. I would do that. First season of Fenway Park. And then here's another one. I like this one even better. This one's at $60. Also, no idea what game it is. And then we have another. Oh, this is different. This is the 1934 Exhibits 4-on-1 Ruth Gomez Gehrig Dickey. So some pretty big names there. 34 exhibits, current bid $600. Batman number 3, and he has in this collection a ton of early Batman, starting with number 3. Current bid $8,750, and I think this was the highest bid item in the entire collection. First Catwoman appearance in costume, first appearance of Puppet Master. I'm not a comic book guy. I don't do comic book movies or anything like that, but still, it's cool. Here's Batman number 4. There are a lot of them in there. $6,750. Oh, this was the highest bid item. That's right. Batman number 8. First appearance of Professor Radium. I don't know what that means. Had a Joker appearance. Why is this one the highest bid? You can tell me in comments. And then here's Superman number 4. There were a lot of early Supermans too, starting with number 4. Current bid $2,400. Here's number 24. Oh, this is my third time saying, oh yeah, this was the highest bid item. It was the Superman with the American flag, CGC 8.5. Yeah, classic flag cover, it says. $10,500. So that is that, you guys. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. For me, it's the Red Sox Fenway Park tickets. I am going to try to get at least one of those. Don't bid on them. Leave me alone. Also, if you win it, don't try to sell it to me. Thanks very much for watching. Card show tomorrow, and then clearing the bases Sunday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.